Wow, looks like we are live here on YouTube. So if you're in there, join in and comment. I am live streaming this afternoon from Tofino, surf town on the far west coast of our island. It is 5:32 p.m. Pacific time here in Tofino. Current temperature is 71 degrees Fahrenheit, and there's a slight breeze out of the west. Waves at this beach aren't the biggest. This is Middle Beach, but I'm here. Hey, Clyde is there. Yeah, right on. We just arrived over here in Tofino hours ago, and yeah, it's pretty nice out of here. Chang, and hey, and Chang, right on. Well, it's nice to see you guys in there. So this is my first live stream ever from the west coast of Vancouver Island. There is the Pacific Ocean behind me, and it does not get better than this, folks. There's people out there sun tanning on the beach right now, and well, I'm going to show you right now. It's like. It is t-shirt and shorts weather here in Tofino. So lots of people out there surfing at the other beaches, but this beach, like I say, the waves are a little bit smaller. I got some good videos of cordylines and lots of formium here, but we haven't been to the town of Tofino yet. We're just a little bit south of the town, about a 5-minute drive south of the town. Hey, how's it going, Greg? Greetings from Tofino on Vancouver Island, the far west coast. It's a long drive from Salt Spring Island. We catch one ferry and then a long 3-hour and 20-minute drive. Move us to the shade. We're sitting when the sun hits. Oh, the camera. Okay, so let's just spin this thing around. I don't know. Can we do this? I don't like this dog that doesn't take off. Okay. How's that? Is that a bit better? We got a wall behind me now. Let me grab my mouse here. And palm, how many palms? Lots of palms. Lots of cordylines. This place is loaded with cordylines, beauty gardens, tons of them. And hydrangeas are blooming here right now in full bloom, massive formium tenax all over the place. And yeah, the cordylines, you would die here. They're like trees. Yeah, the view is nice. I do like the view here, the ocean. Can you see that? That's what we look at right here off the Lanai. You can hear the waves crashing, and it's quite beautiful. It's like the Oregon coast. Hello, Jane. Aloha from Tofino on the west coast of Vancouver Island. Yeah, this is a town loaded with cordylines and lots of palm trees there, GD Gardens for sure. I got lots of palm seeds with me to spread around. I was supposed to be here at the end of March for my birthday, but because of all of what's going on in the world, they didn't really want anybody visiting this town. So we are here now in October. It's October 5th today, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to do a live stream. Tofino has, hello. Tofino does have all different types of soil. There's rocky soil here, and there's good soil too. There's some beautiful, huge Pacific wax myrtle trees all over too. Did you have a chat with? You know what? I didn't. They left before I could, and I was more worried about Wendy getting a bad rating for her B&B from those people, so I didn't bother losing my mind on them. I really didn't. Wendy's got a really good high rating with her B&Bs. I think she's a 9.6 or 9.8, somewhere around there. So, I mean, they could retaliate if I got mad at them and leave Wendy a bad rating, so I didn't. I did not say anything to them. I just fixed up the garden with Wendy, and we'll leave it at that. And I just hope the cordylines don't die. The yuccas all brewed out, but they ran over the cordylines too and broke 2 of them off at the base, but there's still some bark on the cordylines holding them together. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, B&B story. You see my video on it. I did upload a video on it. Some guests ran over a garden in front of one of our B&Bs and snapped off some beautiful yuccas and crushed a palm tree. And ran over some cordylines too. It's very upsetting. She's 9.8, but what about her rating? Right on. Yeah, she runs the B&B and she looks after that, but that's why I didn't really want to say anything to them. I was just very, very upset about the whole thing, so I have to let it go. And now I'm enjoying we're going to see a beautiful sunset here in Tofino, and you're going to see the sunset with me in Tofino. when it comes. It is a beautiful warm day here. The beaches are like the Oregon coast here. The sand goes forever and ever. It's just absolutely amazing. We'll go this way a little bit so you can get a little bit of a view there of the ocean behind me. So you don't get any more far west in Canada than this, folks. This is the between here and whatever's out there is probably Japan, and then southwest in the Central Pacific is Hawaii. So it really does remind me lots of the Oregon coast here. You got the Pacific wax myrtle trees and shore pines everywhere. Yeah. No, I looked to buy koa seeds and I could not find any koa seeds, Jane. There's no koa seeds anywhere I could find on eBay. I don't know where to get them from. There's other types of acacia seeds, but not koa seeds. Unfortunately, I'll have to keep on looking for koa seeds. I would like to try some in our garden on the Gulf Islands and see if they have half a chance. So it's interesting. The internet here, we're going to see how good it works. I mean, so far so good. They probably have an awesome internet here at this hotel we're staying at. We're at the Tinwis Inn, and it is absolutely just a beautiful resort. We've stayed here before, and we do come to Tofino every year, and we will keep coming to Tofino. What's the rarest palm tree you have in your garden? I used to have Plectocomia himalayana, but it froze. I don't really go for rare palm trees. I just go for hardy palm trees. I mean, we have Rhipidophyllum hystrix and Sable minor. I'm going to name you the palms we have. We have Butea cross Siagris. We have Jubea cross Butea. We have Chamaedoria radicalis. We have Chamaedoria microspadex. We have Trachycarpus latisectus, Fortunae, Wagnerianus, Martianus hybrids, Nanotile. Winson, and we have Sable Minor Arkansas, and we have Sable Louisiana. We have Sable Minor McCurtain. We have ecotypes from North Carolina. We have Sable Birmingham. It goes on. We have Sable Cassiarum. And I'm just trying to think. Different palms, lots of Chamaerops humilis. We have the blue form of Chamaerops humilis cerifera. Oh, Wendy's bringing out cheese and crackers. So there you go. So not a lot of rare palms. I don't think we have a lot of palms in our garden, but I don't think we have any rare palms. Oh, Wendy's got some cheese here. She's got Salt Spring Island goat cheese. Is that goat cheese?
No, that one's brie, but I do have the goat cheese. But I'm not going to open that one.
So we're having pasta, and I made pasta last night for dinner, so we're bringing it here.
We are not going out tonight because we drove.
Wendy does not want to go out for dinner tonight.
We drove. We're
staying here in the condo for dinner. That's like $1 million view right there, man.
Yeah.
Just absolutely awesome. It feels so nice out here. So if you ever get a chance, visit the Oregon coast or visit the west coast, the Pacific coast of Canada. You will like it. And if you like plants, you'll like it even more because there's lots of palm trees and exotic plants here to enjoy. So I will upload some pictures of some cordylines I took. Lots of pictures of cordylines and some big formium. I could have some of this tamponade. It's a long drive. It's 255 kilometers from the ferry terminal to here. Long, long way. If you had a Bismarck in the ground, I really wouldn't waste my time with those, Daniel, because they're not hardy in our zone. But I can tell you one thing. I tried one back in the 1980s, and it froze the first winter. Oh, Wendy brought me some banana beer. Okay. You know, you've seen me drink banana beer before. So anyway, back in the late 1980s, I picked up a 5-gallon Bismarckia nobilis palm at one of the local nurseries when I lived south of Vancouver. And I was kind of a palm sadist back then, and I'd like to put stuff out and see how much cold it could tolerate. And the first winter it died, and they're not hardy here at all. You can visit Oregon, but you can't stay. Make sure you go home. Well, that's the way we feel here too. We say, you got to go home, man. Not allowed here right now anyway. The borders are closed. I can't believe how busy it is here, though, man. It was like it's a pretty busy resort, and we're in an area where we can have our dog. You see, so we have our little dog here, and he's out running around on the beach. It's awesome. I haven't been to the Oregon coast with Wendy. I've been to the Oregon coast a lot of times with my ex-wife, and Wendy and I actually have to go to the Oregon coast sometime and go down to Brookings. Considering trying to grow Japanese fiber in 6B, how would you overwinter? Well, you can grow them in 6B because I have a friend that grows them in Ottawa and I have another friend that grows them in Montreal. You just have to really mulch them heavily. That's it. And I think He cuts down, Mark Latisseur cuts down the trunks to short stumps and just piles leaves over top of them or straw or whatever he does. And then he puts a tarp over top of them and they're close to the building and they're big. They're actually very impressive. So you can grow Japanese fiber bananas in zone 6B because they are root hardy too. Probably about minus 20 degrees with a mulch on them. So go for it. Yeah. Anyway, Duck Killer Clyde, we don't need to go anywhere because we have the West Coast here as well on the Pacific coast of Canada. And it is like the Oregon coast here. It really is like the Oregon coast a lot. So, and as much as I love the Oregon coast, the borders are closed. So we just have to stay right here and enjoy this without going through any customs because they always ask me questions at customs. I don't know if I look sketchy or what, but they always got to ask me questions. And it does get annoying after a while. Especially when I drive down there. When I fly over, it's really not a problem. But when I drive down there, they always like to ask me questions. So, do you bring in anything? How long are you going for? Do you have anything in the trunk? You know, they kind of make you feel guilty, even though you're not. And same when I'm coming back into Canada, too. So, anyway, try one in your own garden, a Musabaju. They're totally easy to grow, and even try some of the other ones as well. There's lots of hardy bananas up there. Musa sycamensis. There's blue Java, Rajapuri, Musella lasiocarpa, Musa itinerans. The big banana that grows, I think, from China. Might be from Yunnan, I think, something like that. So I think bananas would get pretty beat up here on the West Coast because it gets quite windy. You get prevailing westerlies coming in from the ocean, right? So I'm looking at the windmill palms. Some smaller ones in the ground here at this resort, and they look a little beat up from the wind. And that's one thing we don't get on Salt Spring Island is lots of wind. We don't get the wind over there. How you doing, Miss T? So how's everybody doing out there? Is everybody having a good day? Palms, hey. It is October 5th today, and like I said, the current temperature here is around 21 degrees Celsius, and blue sky, sunshine, and just absolutely perfect here in the Pacific Rim of the Big Island, Vancouver Island. So for those of you that don't know where Tofino is, Google it on a map, and you'll see it's 49 degrees north latitude, and it is on the far west coast of Vancouver Island. Okay, Vancouver Island is a big island. It takes about 7 hours or so to drive from Victoria to Port Hardy, and it's quite wide too. Like I said, it's around 255 kilometers from the ferry terminal to here. So Wendy's dog was rolling in some stinky stuff out there, so she had to throw him in the ocean to clean him off. You know what dogs are like? They roll around in stinky stuff.
I splashed
them. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to say if to Jane out there, I would like to try some koa seeds, but I am not finding any on the internet, so I'm going to have to keep searching for koa seeds, and hopefully I can find some and try them on Salt Spring Island. Great garden guy, farmer from Big Island. Oh, does he sell them online? I'll have to check them out. Well, maybe one day I would like to move to Tofino here because I really love Tofino. This is one of my favorite places, Tofino. And Wendy and I say, you know what? Maybe when we retire, we could move to Tofino and sell the palm garden on Salt Spring Island.
Very expensive though.
It is very expensive here.
The trails they're working on now have expanded way down bike trails.
The Green Garden guy. Okay. I'm going to check that out. Okay. Anyway, Clyde, if I won the big lottery, I would buy property in Brookings, Oregon, and I would go down there for part of the year, and then I'd go over to Maui for part of the year. That's what I would do. Maui and Brookings, Oregon, because Brookings, Oregon, everything grows in Brookings, Oregon, right?
No.
Wendy says Tofino. I do love Tofino too. I mean, I could easily live here, but you know, the thing is with Tofino, this place can get a lot of rain. Like these guys, I think get about 144 inches of rain a year. I think Brookings gets about 80 to 100 inches of rain a year. So they get a lot of rain down there too. No, it's Oregon, man. It is definitely Oregon. I count it as Oregon. It's the mildest growing zone in the North Pacific, Zone 9B. Oregon, Brookings, Oregon is awesome. Oh, he grows it in Fremont. Okay. No, I've never seen any Bismarck in Brookings, but I've seen Syagris, Romans Ophianum, Livistona, massive date palms, Washingtonia robusta, Norfolk Island pines, giant yucca gigantea, huge ones all over the place. Grow everything in Brookings, Oregon. Actually, and I think there's even Arcanto Phoenix Cunninghamiama down there too. You know what that is? That's a king palm. How did I remember that? I don't know. I can remember palm names, but I don't remember what I did yesterday. I'm trying to think what I did yesterday. What did we do yesterday? Oh, we walked on the beach. Well, I think Loa could grow in Brookings. Where are we? We are in potato land. Potato land. Sounds like Idaho. Idaho's potato land too. A lot of stuff grows in Brookings because it is Zone 9B. It's very, very mild there in the winter. If you can grow king, you can easily grow Bismarckia. I wonder. Somebody told me, and I haven't seen it, that there is actually king palm growing in Brookings somewhere. I've seen the Norfolk Island pines, date palms all over the place, massive ones, 50 feet tall, not a problem, and Washingtonias too. But and I've seen two Cyagris palms, two queen palms when I was there last. Cordylines are monster sized down there too. But you know what? Cordylines are monster sized right here in Tofino. You'll stay tuned and watch some of my videos because tomorrow we're heading to the town of Tofino, which is just around the corner from where we're staying here. And I will take some videos of some tree size cordylines. I have a tiki in our vehicle. We are dropping off at one of the surf shops. There's surf shops everywhere here, everywhere. This is a surf town, and they surf year round here. People out there swimming, but it's too cold for me. Yeah, this is the Tofino live stream, folks. I will do a live stream tomorrow, and then we're going to be heading to Ucluelet. Ucluelet is south of Tofino, and there's lots of big cordylines there as well. It is absolutely awesome. Ucluelet's a lot quieter than Tofino, less touristy. Here is more touristy. People like to come here in the wintertime to see the Pacific storms.
Surfing, they have surfing competitions.
There's sand dollars out here. I saw a broken one out there. Somebody stepped on it. We picked up some nice shells. Hey, there's some really cool shells on these beaches. When my youngest son and I were here, when did I bring him here? About 5 years ago. Oh, they were like tropical shells all over the beach. And we picked up tons of these tropical looking shells. And you know what he found? He found a fossil, a rock with a shell fossil in it, which was really cool. But there are sand dollars out here. And lots of them on our beaches on Salt Spring Island too. Lots of sand dollars. And lots of conchs, those big conch shells. That's good banana beer. Very good banana beer.
Oh, do you need those?
No, I don't need those. Anyway, so far we're into this live stream for 17 minutes and 42 seconds. Tried queens, they're useless. Queens will not grow in our climate. We're way too far north. I had one in a pot one time. I guess it was probably in about a 10-gallon pot, maybe, and the trunk on it was maybe about 5 feet tall, something like that. And it died too. They're no good. They're useless. We're in Trachycarpus country up here, right? Trachycarpus, Butea, Jubea, and Camarops humilis. I mean, there's other palms that'll grow here too, but I stick with the hardy stuff. I really don't waste my time with things I have to fuss over in the winter. I mean, there's guys out there that like to box stuff in, and to me, that's too much work. But if you're into it and you're young and you're full of energy, then box in your palm trees. But Trachycarpus are completely foolproof in our climate, so I like to stick with mostly Trachycarpus, but the other palms we plant as well, and just because they are hardy, but they're a lot slower growing, some of them. No, not too wet. For some reason, a lot of people think our climate in the Gulf Islands is really wet. Our winters are wet, but overall, annually, we don't get a lot of precipitation. We're like 30 to 35 inches annually. Our wetness comes in the wintertime. Yeah, there's palmettos growing on our coast. They just grow slower, that's all. They're hardy there. They just grow slower on our coast, that's all. I got videos of my buddy's palmetto growing south of Vancouver. It's quite nice. It's been there about, I'm guessing this is his 6th year now. I guess the trunk on it's probably about this big. Probably about like this now, something about that high. And it's got nice fronds on it. Winters, that is, yeah. Our climate, and a lot of the climate in the North Pacific in areas is Mediterranean-like. So wet winters and long, dry summers. And that's what we have on the Southern Gulf Islands. So it's not as wet as people think it is there. Sable Minor isn't a good one for your climate because it's Not hot enough. They just stay. No, they don't. They grow. Sable miner's good. A lot of people grow sable miners where we are. They grow perfectly fine. There are sable miner palms, Wendy. They're beautiful. I love them. I think they're great palms. There's a lot of people. They don't go dormant. They grow. They grow in the warm months, but they don't grow. They don't go. They're not dormant. They'll slow down in the wintertime. They'll sit there in the wintertime and then they'll start growing again in the spring. No, they don't grow as fast as the deep south, but they're fully hardy where we are. And lots of people do grow sable miner palms. Easy to grow. Yeah, but you also got to look at our latitude too. 48 degrees north latitude. The way I see it, no palm trees should be growing anywhere in Canada. So why not grow them? They grow where we are. Camarops grow really good too. Camarops are fully hardy where we are. I love sable miner. Tons of them in the greenhouse. Dozens and dozens of them I've grown from seed. Over the years, hundreds of them I've grown from seed and sold them to local people. I've sold people flats of them over the years. So I know there's tons of sable miner on our coast because I've sold so many of them, and then the nurseries sell them too. Some nurseries sell them. Not all nurseries sell sable miner. But if I can get some more bigger ones, I'm definitely going to get some more bigger ones for a garden. And if I can get some more needle palms, I'm going to get some more needle palms too, because I think they're a great addition to any northern garden. They're a beautiful palm, and I don't really care if they grow slow or not. They work really well where you are, and it's never ever going to get cold enough to ever damage them. So that's the main thing. Even if they put out 2 fronds a year, who cares?
Yeah.
That's what it is right now. It's 21 degrees Celsius here in Tofino. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think your over annual precipitation is probably more than ours, though, on the southern Gulf Islands. Believe it or not, look at your annual precipitation. The outer Gulf Islands, where we are even drier, they can be as low as 18 inches of rain annually. It is really, really dry in our islands because we're in a rain shadow. And most people assume the West Coast is just raining all the time. Well, that's BS. It's not raining all the time. Wintertime, it's raining. That's when we get our rain. Jane, koa trees don't like temperatures that are too hot, and they grow temps between 80, 40. Wow. 400. I have 4. That's dry. 400 millimeters is very dry. Yeah, that's almost like arid, right? 25 millimeters is an inch. So you get way less rain than we get. Yeah. You're getting like more than half the rain that we get, less. Cool. Yeah, you live in the desert. Yeah, aren't you like in Nevada or something? Is that where you are? Are you in Palms? Only rains in the summer. That's interesting. See, we don't get rain in the summer. We get rain in the winter, and it comes in the late fall. Oh, Mexico. That's right too. You're Mexico, Durango. Oh yeah, yeah, and it gets really hot there too. You guys get toasty. Sable miners will grow really good where you are. I think if a palm will grow in your climate, I don't care how slow it grows, then grow it. Doesn't matter if it puts out 1 frond a year. If it doesn't get damaged in the winter, then it'll grow in your climate. Orono County, Palm Nation, or Crow County. That's banana. That's southwestern corner of Tennessee near Jackson, right? I think it's the southwestern corner of Tennessee. Is it near Jackson, Tennessee? I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it? Southwestern, not southeastern corner, it's southwestern. I think it's close to the Mississippi border, isn't it? Somewhere down there. I know Tennessee well. I've shipped a lot of palm trees to Tennessee, and I have talked there so many times on my radio. So many times over the years I've talked to Tennessee. Yeah, you got low humidity. That's nice. When humidity is 10%, that's awesome. That's like our interior of our province when you get up into the desert region. Yeah, cool. Bananarama. Yeah, that's nice. Those are perfect. Those are perfect temperatures in the summertime, 15 or 2,000 meters. So you're up at 6,600 feet above sea level. Beautiful. Yeah. There is Joe Fernandez, a banana farmer in Osoyoos, up in our interior, and he used to grow the Musa acuminata dwarf Cavendish, and he had a banana stand, a banana farm, and he had it for years, and he'd sell fresh bananas outside his place in a Soyuz. And I probably still have the newspaper clipping of Joe Fernandez, banana farmer. He was a Portuguese guy, and he grew hundreds or thousands of Musa acuminata bananas. And yeah, he did have a banana stand. You could stop by his place and buy fresh bananas. And that was in Soyuz, but he died. I think he died some time ago. I gave a friend of mine some Musa acuminata, and he did buy some, but I gave him some more, so he's going to try them outside in the spring in his garden. Banana Hal, he's going to try some of those suckers out there, and he's going to try overwintering them in his garden just down the road from me. He's good at growing bananas, that's for sure. I think I'm good at growing bananas because I've been growing them a long time, but he's better than me. He's better at growing bananas. He's got a lot more bananas than I got. Yeah, that's hot. I'm glad it doesn't get that hot here. I would not be able to sleep because it's rare that anybody has air conditioning here. See that? See the ocean?
No.
That's air conditioning right there. That's better for you than air conditioning right there. Air conditioning is no good for you.
We might have a fan.
Yeah, we got a fan going. We don't need air conditioning. That's the best air conditioning right there. The beautiful Pacific Ocean. That's open ocean right there, man. It feels so nice here right now. It's just perfect.
You get trade-ins?
No, you get the breeze off the ocean. Yeah, I've tried it before, palms. I've grown Ensete back in the 1980s and early 1990s. I grew Ensete ventricosum rilii. I had it at my last place. I used to haul it in every winter, cut the leaves off. I left it at my last place when I sold it. I've also grown green Ensete ventricosum from seed years ago, and I had those as well, but they're not hardy. Here, you have to protect them.
Thanks. Here.
Yeah, we had them here. We had the Portuguese guy at our place. Up in our province. That was Joe Fernandez. That guy I told you about with all those Musa acuminata outsider. Yeah, that's cool. A banana farm in Tennessee.
Oh.
If you can do it, more power to him.
We'll have to look for bananas here tonight.
My friend, we're going to go to a really nice exotic garden here tomorrow, and I'm going to take a video for you guys of a Phoenix canariensis. It's been outside for quite a long time. Never gets protected. He's also got big butillas and beautiful cordylines in his garden. I like plantains too. I like to cook them and eat them. They're beautiful bananas. They're huge bananas, the plantains. Yeah. But needle palm survived, Greg, winter in 6B plastic protection. Yep. But you're going to have to put heat with it. I still think you're going to have to put heat with it in 6B in the north. Okay. In the south, probably not. But if you're in Toronto, you're going to have to protect it with some heat because Toronto 6B is a lot different than a 6B in the south. Okay. So if you're in Kansas, down in the state of Kansas, and you're going up against a wall in southern Kansas, like Jacob Fry, then it's probably going to be fine. But if you're in Toronto, it probably won't be fine. The winters are just way too cold in the north of 6B. It's completely different in the north than the south, okay? Even a 9A here is different than a 9A in Texas. This is a 9A. This is a northern 9A I'm in right now, and completely different. That's why you don't see big Washingtonias all over the place, and you don't see huge date palms all over the place. Southern Ontario, I would put some heat with it, put some Christmas lights with it. Go online, go on YouTube and see if you see anybody growing a needle palm without winter heat in your zone. I don't think so. I know there's people that grow needle palms there, but they need protection. It's just the winters are too cold, too long. It's prolonged cold that's going to damage them or kill them. Yeah, that's the thing. Look at that. I want to go to the beach after.
It's beautiful.
No, we can sit right here and watch the sunset.
Oh,
we don't even really have
beautiful.
to. This is actually better than our last condo we stayed at.
Well, the other one was pretty good too.
It is the Tin Whisk, Scotty. Yeah, it is the Tin Whisk. We're in the Tin Whisk right now, and we're having cheese and crackers, and then later we're gonna have some pasta. It's a great place to do a live stream from. Yeah, it is and it isn't. I would say a zone 8A in the south. It is and it isn't like a 9A here, because when you get cold, it's more like a continental climate, and your cold is a lot more severe than our cold here. It rarely ever gets down below freezing here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking low temperatures. They don't get much below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, but when they do get down below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, the daytime temperatures probably don't get much higher than 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So you get down to say 25 or 26 as a really cold temperature here in winter, and your daytime temperatures might get to only about 34, 35 in the day. Is where you drop down to say 10 degrees Fahrenheit, your daytime temperatures could probably bounce above freezing, well above freezing. So there's a bigger range. I've told you this many. Love you. Oh, Vesuvius Bay Cottage. How's it going? Good to see you in there, Jackie.
Oh.
You're awesome. Right on.
She's not there.
Yeah. It's yeah, a lot of people don't understand growing zones, and I'm pretty keen on growing zones. I've been gardening exotic plants a long time. Matter of fact, that's all I've ever gardened with is exotic plants. Okay, so, and I'm a weather nut, and I'm quite anal about weather, and I do have weather printouts probably for every state in the U.S. The minimums, the extreme minimums. I have it with all my Palm Society stuff, and I know how cold it can get in some areas. Trachycarpus loves sand. You know what? I spread a bunch, and I'm sure it will grow just fine in sand. I've spread a bunch of seed last year when I was here along the edge of the beach, and I don't see any seedlings anywhere or any small palms. And I brought another bag of seed with me here, and I spread a few around. I want to see if I can get some grow on the edge of the beach here, but I don't see any. But I did spread a couple years back thousands of seed at the last resort we stayed at. So I'm going to take a walk over there maybe tomorrow if we have time, and see if any of those seedlings, any of those seeds have sprouted, but they really weren't in sand. They were in good soil. Trachycarpus fortunae will also take really wet soil, as you've seen in my videos. But yes, I have seen them growing in sand, fast draining soil. The gulls, yeah, those darn gulls. Or somebody weed whacked them, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Could be. Maybe they grow. I'm trying to think where the closest, biggest ones I've seen on near the beach here. There's some on, well, I mean, there's some on Salt Spring that are right next to the ocean, you know, but they don't get the salt spray like they do here. You get salt spray coming off of this ocean. So there's some big old palm trees here in Tofino, and yeah, that's right. The ones nearer to the ocean, you can see the leaves are a little bit more burnt, and I think that's from the prevailing westerly winds with probably a combination of salt spray. I've seen your Trachycarpus palms, Clyde, and they look absolutely awesome. They got nice thick trunks and nice big thick crowns on them, and they absolutely love your climate. I think you get that nice summer heat where you are because you're inland a bit, and obviously your soil is perfect for Trachycarpus. They need more palms here, though. There's a few palms around here, but they're not that big. It's the cordylines that are big, and they're in the next resort over. There's big cordylines, eh, Wendy? They're the cordylines here are probably what 25, 30 feet tall. They're big. Yeah. Yeah, you're smart. Don't cut green fronds, and you irrigate. That's the trick. Don't cut green fronds off. Listen to Clyde. There's people that go out there and they butcher them, and they leave like 3 fronds on the top, and that's why people look at palm trees and they go, well, palm trees are kind of ugly. Well, they're ugly is because they've been inadvertently pruned. That's why. And for we use you know what we started using this year, and it really works good, is Miracle Grow. And like I've showed you guys before, it's the one that hooks up to your hose, right? You just hook your hose up to it, and it's got a switch, water or feed. And I've been hitting the sago palms especially with it, and they've flushed out like crazy with that Miracle Grow. So we use both. We use mulch, organic mulch, and we use Miracle Grow too. And I actually use some slow release palm food I got from the Palm Society. So I put some of that granular stuff on it, and it lasts quite a few weeks, and that seems to work too. We have sable minor here, like you have Trachycarp. Yeah, you would. You have the dwarf palmetto there. I mean, that's where they're native to, the deep south. They're not native to Tennessee, but they're definitely certainly native to Warren City, Arkansas, and North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, I think Mississippi, Louisiana. They're sable Louisiana, and of course westward into west of Oklahoma, McCurtain County, and they're also native to Dallas, Texas. There's also native sable miner in Dallas, Texas. There are no native sable miner in Virginia that I know of. Some people claim they make their way into Virginia, but I don't think they do. But there's no native palms in Tennessee. But you can spread certainly enough seed around to get them growing like they're wild, just like I do with Trachycarpus palms. It works if you keep spreading seed around. And the Oregon coast too, or even where Clyde is, you could do the same thing. Chuck seed around and it's going to grow. Whereabouts in Zone 7 are you? Are you in Canada? Are you in the States? I never knew they had occurred in the wild in Tennessee. I didn't think there was any native palm trees in Tennessee from what I've seen on the maps and stuff like that. I didn't think they extended that far north. Yep, I think you can grow fine. You could grow Trachycarpus fine there. I don't think you need to protect it. Maybe in the coldest winters, but there's lots of palm trees in Virginia. Put it in a sheltered spot. I think you'd be okay. Because I mean, I've seen them growing in Maryland, and there's some in Real Booth, Delaware, and stuff like that in sheltered spots. Yeah, there's no. I didn't know. I mean, I look at the palm maps over the years of where palms are native to in the states, and I haven't seen anything extending into the volunteer state yet. But you never know. One day, maybe they will become native there. Who knows? There was palms here one time, but they're all fossilized. I don't know. Have those palms been planted by people though in Tennessee, or are they actually native? Like, there's lots of palms that grow all over our forest, but I've thrown the seed there. You know what I mean? That's why there's palms in our forest. Palms do self-seed on our island. Animals do spread seed around too. Wendy had a Trachycarpus palm self-seed outside her kitchen window. Hey, Wendy, you had a Trachycarpus palm sprout up outside your kitchen window years ago.
I put it there. It was a little.
Where did it's sprouted in your garden?
I found it out in the lawn. So I think a bird dropped.
Yeah, so a bird dropped a seed somewhere in her lawn,
right off the concrete patio. And that's out of all the palms I had, it was smaller. It just took off. It just grew bigger than any of the palms.
So they do self-seed here. Like animals spread the seed, and I think you could grow one there easily. Acklet. Memphis gets very hot, but Memphis can also get very cold temperatures at times too. There's no ocean to regulate the temperature when you're in a landlocked area, right? So the worst when you get those freezes that come right down from the prairies, there's nothing to stop the cold, and it can go right down into Mississippi. I've seen it. I know the bad freezes, what have occurred in the southern states over the years. I remember the really bad one in Georgia in January, in Atlanta, January 1985, man. It was like -9 or -12 degrees Fahrenheit there. It was cold. There was a guy there, in Tennessee, famous Charles C. Cole, grew palm trees in Tennessee forever. He was in Quebec, Tennessee. I'm not sure the exact location, but I think it was somewhere in southern Tennessee. Charles C. Cole, and he mostly grew sables. I'm sure he probably had some Trachycarpus too. They actually talk about Charles Cole, one of the earliest palm pioneers, growing hardy palms, and he lived in Tennessee, and he grew so many palm trees in his garden, but it was called Quebec, Tennessee. You can actually look him up, and I have write-ups about him in my palm papers. He grew sable minor. I think he might have had palmetto. He might have Trachycarpus. I know he had big Rapidophyllum sable minors. I'd have to read those palm papers again. I haven't read them for years, but it talks about what Charles Coles grew, and he'd been growing it since the early 1960s. He's kind of like the granddaddy of Tennessee hardy palms. And he was kind of this famous guy within the palm community because he would experiment when nobody else was doing it back then. Kind of like Gerard Puri up in Vancouver. He was growing Trachycarpus palms in Vancouver long before anybody else was. So he's got there in his front yard still today, 30 feet of trunk. They're towering. He's got a tiny yard. He passed away about 8 years ago, but he has a lot of big palm trees in his yard that he grew from seed back in the 1960s. I think palmetto would probably do okay in southern Tennessee because it's so hot there. in the summertime, and they'd put on sufficient growth too. And it is a southeastern palm, right? They're native to as far north as North Carolina, and they like that heat and humidity. That's why you don't see a lot of sable palmettos in California. They are an East Coast palm. And Mexican palmettos. Oh, yeah. Well, there's so many different types of sables, right? And some of them are very, very hardy, and they're definitely worth a try in the deep south. And I like trying them here too. Even though they grow slower, they are definitely worth it to have it in the garden because I like them. I love looking through I like walking through the garden and seeing sable palms in there. Man, it's nice out here. It is really, really warm, isn't it, Wendy? So Wendy's sitting there in the sun with the dog on her lap beside me there. It's just absolutely, look at the sun. You guys are going to get a sunset with me here. Right there. There's a West Coast sunset.
Beautiful.
Banana beer is good.
Look at the shadows.
If you like flavored beer, like really, I'm not much of a flavored beer guy, but I like banana. And this is good. It's actually banana bread beer, and it's subtle. It's made in England. It's a UK beer, but it's really good. Not bad at all. Wendy packed me a few beer. I only needed one beer, but she's packed me 3 more beer. I think she's trying to get me drunk or something. No, I don't have to drink them. But anyway, I'll probably do another live stream tomorrow. And then when I'm in Ucluelet, I'll probably do another live stream from there. But which is hardier, red and sete or green? About the same. Tofino, it is 6:15 p.m. Pacific time here in Tofino on the west coast of Vancouver Island. Seriously, I would like to live in Tofino, guys. I've always said that to Wendy. This is another place I would like to live. You think the Chilean wine palm will survive? No, never. I'm going to tell you something. There's no palm trees that will survive anywhere in Ontario without protection. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just being honest, okay? The only place palm trees will ever survive in Canada is here on the Pacific coast of Canada. Okay, I've grown palms a long time. I know how hardy the hardiest ones are. I know what they can tolerate. I've experimented with lots of palms over the years. And you're going to have to box them and put heat with them. They tried Trachycarpus in Halifax, Nova Scotia, the Parks Department, because I guess somebody over there thought, well, if they grow them in Vancouver, we can grow them here. But they boxed it in and they put some heat with it, and it actually still looks like garbage. I'm sorry, it does not look good. The leaves are fried off of it. I don't even know if it even made it. I got a friend that lives over there, and she posts pictures occasionally on my in one of my groups, and it did not look good. A healthy palm tree should have a full crown of fronds on it. Go to Clyde, Duck Killer Clyde's page, his group, or not his group, his YouTube channel, and check out videos of his palms. They're thick trunks and full crowns. That's what should look like. A nice, healthy palm, not a trunk with 3 or 4 beat-up fronds on it. And I see people growing them in cold areas, and they don't look that good. And I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you the truth. Hey, there's Paul. How's it going? Neighbor, old neighbor in Langley. Right on. My old neighbor in Langley. Good to see you in there. Yeah. Cool. Oh, videos of duck hunting in the forest. So when you're hunting duck, it's already cooked for you then, right? Is that the way it works when you're hunting duck in a forest fire? Is it already? Because I like duck. I love duck meat, man, especially if it's cooked right. I love it. This zone 9A might be similar to this one here is probably to the high mountains of, well, actually, I think it gets colder on the mountains of Hawaii than it does here in Tofino. Like, seriously, the tops of the mountains in Hawaii, if you're up in Mauna Kea or Mauna Loa, it gets pretty cold. You hunt ducks in the marsh, not the woods. You know what? When I lived out in Richmond, Lulu Island, when I was a kid, that's right, they used to duck hunt. There was a marsh out behind our place, not that too far from us. And I remember hearing the shotguns going off in the morning. It was usually on the weekend mornings, and they used to go out there and hunt ducks in the marsh. And occasionally when I was out there hanging around in the marsh with my kids or my friends, we'd go up to the dikes, and you'd find the occasional dead duck that they didn't get. Like, they shot it, but they couldn't find it. But they were out in the marshes. That's right. We don't have any marshes on Salt Spring. No marshes on Salt Spring Island.
There's people riding bicycles on the beach.
That's true. You're right. Duck Killer Clyde, they don't. And a lot of people in the East assume that anywhere in the West rains 365 days of the year. They really don't understand it until you have been to the West. So they have to experience it. The West is amazing. It's an amazing place, and I'm not saying the East is not an amazing place, but I was born and raised here, and I have been to the East too, but I am a West Coaster, and I do love the West Coast. I think they probably grow here, Jane. I think I've seen. I think I have seen acacia here too, and I'll look for them tomorrow when I'm out and about. Ironic how people manage to get healthy, Jackie, with tons of protection, which is even colder than now. So, yeah, near Montreal. Well, Mike Page did. Mike Page's Montreal palms. His palms actually did not look that bad, and he did it right. You have to do it right. Yeah, West Side is the best side. There you go, Clyde. I'm with you, buddy. I do. I mean, I know a lot of people from back east that do move here. When they come out for a visit, they want to move here, especially when they see the palm trees growing. One of them was a couple weeks ago, Ernest in Montreal, and I've shipped him a lot of seed, and he says, I think that's what he said. He wants to move out here to the West Coast because he can grow palms, no problem, right? So I have to live here. I was born and raised here, and if I can't grow palm trees, then I can't live there. That's just the way it works. The winters are too cold for me if I can't grow palm trees, even if it's a Trachycarpus palm, right? Kahu, come here. It is so nice out here. It feels like summer out here. It's beautiful. I do love Oregon. Oregon is one of my favorite states. That's why there's so many Ontario. There's tons of them here. There are so many Ontario transplants on Salt Spring Island. I just met some people out on the beach. They were sun tanning, and I asked them where they're from because they had a little dog, and they said Red Deer, Alberta. And they just absolutely were in love with this place here, Tofino. And I know Scotty knows what Tofino's like because Scotty's been to Tofino, and Scotty's probably been to the Oregon coast too. It is very similar to the Oregon coast. It's an extension of the Oregon coast, but at 49 degrees north latitude where we are here. Trackies, yep. I think, I've seen trackies growing in New York in sheltered areas, and they do get some protection when it gets cold. They'll definitely need it. I saw a loquat tree flowering here. Oh, cool. Right on. You know what? I've seen loquat trees on Maui. I don't know if I've seen them on Oahu, but I have seen some nice ones on Maui, and I shot videos of them, but it was upcountry, Jane, at about 3,000 feet or so on the slopes of Haleakala. And we do grow loquat in our garden, and it does well. Yeah, there's a guy named, God, I'm trying to think of his name. He used to post pictures of his palms growing in New York, and he did protect them in the wintertime. But yeah, you can grow trackies in New York, put them in a sheltered spot. It's pretty much still summer here. Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is there right now, but it's well, you can see the people walking behind me in short sleeve t-shirts, so you can get an idea. It is very nice here, but this can be a very wet place. Okay. It is a very wet place. Tofino is known for a lot of rain. And it's funny, every time I'm here, and I've been to Tofino a lot of times, I think one time it drizzled a little bit in the morning, and then that was it. But it's always sunny when I'm here. It's always really nice weather. And in the summertime, you get the fog coming in off the ocean. So at around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, fog rolls in like a blanket, covers everything up. And then at around 9:30, 10 in the morning, it kind of rolls out. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Yes, Lord Howe Island would be really nice. That's where I think that's where the Kench palm is native to. Am I correct? And we have one. Yeah, perfect climate. I have a tracking planted last spring. New growth looking more sickly and thin now, but brown yet. Any advice? Wow. So did it get beat up in the wintertime? The thing is, if your palm gets beat up in the wintertime, the first winter, the second winter, it's going to be more stressed. And if you get a cold snap, it can kill that weak palm. So I would protect it. I would, I don't know if I'd be fertilizing it right now, but I'd definitely top dress it with some, put some manure around it. And then if it makes it through this winter, wrap it up good. And then hit it with some fertilizer in the spring. You can use Miracle Grow or a slow release palm food. Yeah, it's a perfect climate, Lord Howe Island. Just like, I'm just trying to think of the island off of Australia that one of the guys I work with, he married Norfolk Island. Norfolk Island. That's where she's from. A girl I know. One of the guys I work with, he married her, and she is from Norfolk Island. He lived there, and it was actually a really nice place too. Do you grow Venus flytrap outside Hardy to Zone AB? No, Jane, but we grow Yes, Kencha palms. Yeah, we have some in a pot, big pot, and they do really well. Palms. Jane, we grow Sarracena, and we also grow sundew plant outside. I like the climate of Guam, Palm Nation. I tell you what, Guam being south, it would be southeast of Hawaii. It's on the other side of the international date line. It is hot and humid there. I like the climate in Hawaii better than Guam. I have a Guam license plate sitting on the wall of my man cave. It's actually a pretty cool license plate. It's got James Palms. It's got the island in the middle of it, and it says Guam on it. But I don't think I'd want to be in Guam. I don't want that. I don't want that high heat and humidity. I like the Hawaiian climate, and I like this climate here on the far west coast. This is nice. Look at that. Look at that view, man. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. You guys are going to get a sunset with me. You guys are going to get a West Coast sunset. That is pretty awesome, isn't it? Yeah, well, I mean, I think you moved down there from the Windy City, right? You used to be up in Chicago. But yeah, you guys get the humidity down here. The only humidity you're going to get here is rain in the wintertime. This place rains. It rarely ever snows here in Tofino. It rarely ever snows here, and they don't get much way in the frost either. So that's why you see cordyline trees all over the place. I'm going to try to get this here. So there you go. I want you guys to catch the sunset with me. It is absolutely beautiful here. It's just absolutely amazing. Wendy, you should be shooting a video of that sunset.
Not ready yet.
It is 6:25 p.m. Pacific time here in the Pacific Rim on the west coast of Vancouver Island. And yes, we are live streaming from Tofino on the far side of the Big Island, folks. And if I surfed, I'd be out there surfing. There's surf shops all over the place. And tomorrow we are delivering one of my chainsaw tikis to one of the surf shops. Ring of Fire. Look at that. That's an awesome sunset right there. There's lots of people out on the beach watching the sunset. You can see them. I can see them from here. They're sitting in lawn chairs out on the beach. And it was crazy out there today. There's people in the water swimming. I got a good video I shot. So I'm waiting at the ferry terminal in Vesuvius on Salt Spring Island. And I watched this girl get out of her vehicle, Wendy and I heard her say, I'm going to go for a swim. And she went down to the dock. I got a video of it. It was perfect. And I talked to her afterwards, right? I says, you know what? I shot a YouTube video of you taking a jump off the dock and swimming, and I'm going to post it. Is that okay? And she says, yeah, cool. So I gave her our card with the YouTube handle on it, with our channel on it. And Wendy's going to put it on her channel. But I think I might upload one tonight for diving into the water. And she swims year round, this girl. She said she grew up on Salt Spring Island, born and raised. She used to go to school with my oldest son, so she's around 30. And she moved up north, and she missed Salt Spring Island so much and the ocean. So she said, when I get back to Salt Spring Island, I'm going to swim every day of the year. And she swims every day of the year. So she went down to the dock, stripped down to her bikini and jumped in. And me and this dude were watching her swim, and it's like too cold for me, man. And it was a foggy morning too. There was fog on Salt Spring this morning where we were. Your son's, is it? No, not my son's girlfriend. My son's girlfriend is from Vancouver Island. And this girl grew up on Salt Spring. And my son grew up on Salt Spring too. All my kids did. But my son was actually married to a girl in Texas. He went down to Texas, and that's done. They're divorced. They're divorced now, and he's been with this other girl for how many? 5 years? Yeah. It's old news. Him and the Texas girl are old news, but she's still up here. She immigrated to Canada. He brought her up here, and she's in Victoria. To make a long story short, she's still in Victoria, and he's over in Ladysmith. He's got a nice girlfriend, and they live up in the news. How long were they married? How long were they married for?
Not very long.
2011, maybe. 3 years? No, I think 3 years. I think 3 years they were married. Something like that. Maybe 4 years. 3 or 4 years they were married, something like that. She's a nice girl, but super high maintenance, and he's not into high maintenance people. Like, seriously, he'd want to go out for a hike, and she would spend 2 hours putting on makeup. And he wasn't into that stuff. You could easily swim in any of the Great Lakes. Yeah, same with here. Our lakes are very warm. Yeah, that's cool. There are. Oh, what type of dog is that?
Oh, a little puppy.
Everybody's got dogs here. Yeah, our lakes are really, really warm. And when I go by the lakes every day, there's people out there swimming in them. Our lakes are pretty shallow on Salt Spring, most of them. I've been married for 6 months, 5 days. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. I've been married coming up 4 years, second time around. Wendy and I got married November 30th, 2016 on the island of Maui. It would be cool if someone attempted beat yucca in southern Minnesota. Well, you can grow probably yuccas in Minnesota. There's some pretty hardy ones. Can you fish cod on Salt Spring? Yeah, there's lots of cod on Salt Spring.
Rock cod.
Fourth month, first day, 20th. Well, congratulations to you, Clyde. Awesome. But it was no April Fool's when you got married because you're still married. What's the lake temperatures on Salt Spring? They must be pretty warm. You put your hand in there the other day, and it's warmer than the ocean. Definitely warmer than the ocean. It felt very warm. I don't know. I don't know what they are, but they're warm. They're definitely warm. We went down to the lake the other day because I shot a video of some people swimming. You can see the YouTube video. I'm not BSing you.
It's way warmer.
It's way warmer than the ocean at this time of the year. Yeah, it's got to be. It could be 5 degrees warmer right now.
The ocean doesn't change much.
No, the ocean doesn't change, but it does on the west side of the west side of Salt Spring Island. It gets up, and there's some girl going to go swimming right now.
Hot tub.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
This water's cold out here. How many sturgeon do you guys have? Tons of sturgeon. So many sturgeon. Not on Salt Spring, but in the Fraser River. People go catching these things. They weigh over 1,000 pounds. They are massive. Your son caught one.
Yeah.
Mitchell went out sturgeon fishing a few years back, and they got, what did they catch? 1,000-pound sturgeon.
I don't know.
It was massive. There's massive sturgeon in there. You can go Google or YouTube sturgeon fishing in the Fraser River in British Columbia. You see the massive sturgeons there. They're huge. Up to 70 cooler winter, drop to 50. Palm Nation. Yeah, warm. River. Cool. Yeah, warms up nicely there. Lakes are probably high 70s. You got to like that.
Oh.
Yeah, so Clyde, do you fish? No, I used to fish a lot, but I don't fish much anymore. Yeah, I used to fish quite a bit there, Palms. I even fished when I was a kid, Tennessee. They're still around 86. Yeah, toasty. White. I think they're white. The ones that I've seen look like white sturgeon, Clyde. I prefer the hot tub. Yeah, hot tubs are nice too. There's actually a hot tub at this resort. But I didn't. I'm not going to go in there.
I don't want to go in there.
No, sturgeon are probably the... Hey, can you eat sturgeon? I know you can eat the caviar, but can you actually eat sturgeon?
Okay, I think
I'm wondering. There's a sunset right there. Wendy's capturing a sun. Oh, you can eat sturgeon. Okay, I wasn't sure. So they're good, hey?
Can you turn?
I want you guys to get the sunset with me there. You guys are getting a sunset.
I mean, it's still got a little ways to go.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my camera right now, folks. I'm going to get my camera.
It's quite pretty. Yeah, it's October 5th. Tofino.
I'm gonna. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to catch a sunset with you guys, and I'm going to shoot a video of the sunset while I'm live streaming with you guys. So it's not quite at sunset yet, but I can get a picture of that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then I can shoot a video, and you can watch me shoot the video. We are making a YouTube video of a sunset while I'm live streaming with you. It's beautiful. It is nice. Do you remember the Christmas tornadoes of 2015? I know the states in the southeastern states get a lot of tornadoes. We don't get tornadoes where we are, but often when they happen, I see it on the news. That's for sure. I don't recall the year, but I know they can get some bad tornadoes, and I'm glad we don't get them here. Does Canada have? Yeah, they do actually. In some of the bad areas, like Skid Row in Vancouver and stuff like that. Yeah, they say it's pretty bad. Caviar. Yeah. I love caviar. Caviar is awesome. I really do. I've never tried sturgeon meat though. I've tried eating shark a few times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's about an hour or so of sunlight. But look at that sunset. Isn't that beautiful? You guys are catching the sunset with me.
Sounds of the waves.
Can you guys hear the waves crashing in? They are actually.
They're not big waves.
No, they're not big, but they are crashing in.
It's just nice.
It's pretty relaxing.
Yeah, they're rolling in. Not really crashing.
So if I don't snore tonight, or Wendy doesn't snore tonight, we're actually going to hear those waves. Hey, Miss T? Okay, so there's my sunset video right there. Thanks for joining me with the sunset video, folks. We're going to turn off the camera now, and Wendy's going to finish up that video. So I'm going to upload some videos tonight because we got fast internet here at the Tinless Inn. Cheers, sunset. That's beauty.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that's totally awesome. Gotta love a sunset. I have been married for 10 years now. I got married on the beach in Mexico. Cool. That's a good place to get married. Sweet. I eat octopus. Oh, I love octopus. I love octopus, Clyde. It's awesome. I'll eat anything. Where in Mexico? Palm Nation. Yeah, when we had the Christmas tornado outbreak 2015, it got mid-October and December and that. Cool. Yeah, and I can imagine that too, because your latitude is very low. I mean, you're pretty much the same latitude as Los Angeles down there, so it makes sense to me. We got married the first time around, married in Oahu, second time around Maui, and guess what? There's not going to be any third time around, I hear. So I'm not allowed to get married a third time. No. You know, there's a lot of Hawaiian Islands to get married on, and I thought it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun to get married on 6 more Hawaiian Islands, but Wendy says I cannot do that. I have to stay married to her forever.
Forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First time around, I was married for over 26 years. That's a long time, isn't it?
Oh, that is beautiful. So
cool.
So that is, I think it's true.
Yeah, third time's a charm. That's what they say. That's what James says. Third time's a charm. Third time lucky, right? I know people that have been married 5 times. That's what Wendy said. I have to get remarried to her on a different island.
That'll be 3 times 3.
Mazatlan, that's pretty cool. Yeah, but that's pretty warm. It's like that on the Oregon coast. You can go down to Brookings in January and it can be 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It's crazy. Brookings, Oregon has this really weird microclimate. They call it the Brookings effect. It can be a deep freeze in the rest of Oregon. You go down to Brookings and it can be 75 degrees Fahrenheit in January or December. I will have to get remarried to her. That's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, we'll redo our vows.
That background is H. Huss. I'm on the west side of Vancouver Island.
Isn't that beautiful?
I'm in Tofino right now, live streaming. Okay, on the Pacific Rim, on the far west coast of Canada. You cannot get any far west than this, and there's an amazing sunset for you right there. You guys are joining me in the sunset right now in Tofino on the west coast of Vancouver Island. Yeah, it's a resort we're at. It's a beautiful resort.
Best Western Tinwis.
It's called the Tinwis Inn. It's absolutely beautiful. There's lots of New Zealand flax and cordyline around us here. It is really nice. They got it manicured. Absolutely beautiful, and it is a warm evening here in Tofino. Wonder if I can show you some of this here. Over there. Turn this thing around here. I can't bring it out any. Oh, there's Wendy over there.
He's watching.
And there. And back to the sunset. You're going to see that sun drop into the ocean. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere to the States this winter, unfortunately. I'm staying out of Hawaii this year. We're not going to go. And that's why I'm breaking up my vacation. I get a lot of vacation time, so I'm breaking it up. And that's why we're back in Tofino at this time of the year. Yeah. Yeah, this is the Best Western Tinwis Inn. And yeah, is this our second time here or third?
Second time at Tinwis.
This is our second time at Tinwis. I've been to Tofino lots of times, but this is the second time at this place here. Yeah. So yeah, you know what? Wendy was really fortunate. She phoned the airlines. Can you see me okay? She phoned the airline anyway, it was last week. And they're going to give us a credit on our airline tickets so we don't lose any money and we can use them towards Maui again when we go next year.
Oh, I heard a dog.
Yeah, you should check this place out. It's pretty cool. Does the water freeze over during winter? Doesn't freeze here. No way. It rarely freezes here. This place, H. Huss, you'd love this place, man. This is the surf town of the west coast of Canada. There's surf shops and palm trees everywhere in this town. You'll absolutely love it. No, the ocean never freezes here. That's the Pacific Ocean, man. How far is it away from our house? How long did it take to drive here?
Well, with the
like a direct drive, it's 3.5 hours. Like if you get off the ferry, it's about
4.5 hours.
Is it that far? Yeah. Wendy says 4.5 hours.
Well, we had to stop too. Right?
Yep, there is CIDPs here, and I'm going to shoot a video one. How much to stay here a night? It's about
It's on the season, and you know what they have.
It's about. Is it $200 a night? It's about $200 a night.
Yeah.
About 200, 250 a night. What is it?
It depends when you come.
It depends when you come, James.
Prices go up for storm season.
Yeah, it goes up.
It's not too bad.
It actually goes up in the winter for storm season.
Are better right now.
People want to come here to watch the Pacific storms, the big waves come in. So H.S., it's about 255 kilometers from Salt Spring Island. It's not too bad. I mean, Wendy's B&B is $200 a night.
And they have a continental.
Yeah, there's CIDPs in Tofino Palms, and I will actually make sure I get to my friend's garden tomorrow, and I will shoot a video of a CIDP for you and some really nice palms. He's got Brahia edulis in his garden as well, and Butias and Camarops and Jubaeas and Cordylines, and he's got a Norfolk Island pine. Yeah, it's pretty standard. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a nice edulis in his garden. I know of other edulis going on Salt Spring. Now, there's some nice edulis, not on Salt Spring, but on our Pacific coast. There's actually quite a few people that grow Brahia edulis and people that grow Brahia armata too. We have a lot of Ontario and Quebec people down here in the winter. Yeah, same with us here, but we have them just move here. Yeah, you'll check it out. I'm going to shoot one tomorrow. I shot some on Cordylines. Do you ever plan to go to Eastern Canada soon? No, I don't. I don't think so. I've never been there. Maybe one day. I wouldn't mind visiting Atlantic Canada. I wouldn't mind seeing the Atlantic coast of Canada, but I don't have anybody really where I go, palm trees usually grow. That's where I got to go on vacation. That's what I would say to Wendy. I can only go traveling where palm trees grow. I know it sounds weird, and I can only live where palm trees grow. So I will go. I don't leave much. I don't go far east from the Pacific coast. Really, I only go south and I only go west. I've been to the Atlantic coast though. I've been to Florida, and I was in Miami one time, and we stayed there. Yeah, maybe one time. I mean, there's lots. I think Wendy's been to Toronto. Have you been to Toronto?
No.
Oh, Wendy's never been to Toronto.
Montreal. That's as far as.
Wendy's been to Montreal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets hot as long as you have an air conditioner.
Yeah.
Edulis is faster than Brahia armata, definitely. I wasn't much into Miami. I don't like big cities, so I really didn't like Miami, and I thought it was kind of sketchy down there. I prefer Hawaii way over Miami. I'm sure there's a lot nicer places to go in Florida than Miami. It was when I arrived there, it was actually quite cold. It was a February 1996. We landed at the Miami airport, and it was rainy and it was cold. It was about 54 degrees, and I know it can get colder there. And but the next day was hot. It was actually pretty warm and humid, and it was quite nice. Lots of palm trees, but I would never vacation in Miami. Yeah, that would be cool. Well, my buddy does that, James. He actually they take road trips to Nova Scotia because his brother lives in Nova Scotia on the ocean, and they stop at every place along the way. They don't shoot videos, but they stop at all these different towns along the way. They'll stay, like a week in Ontario, and they stay at different places in different provinces along the way. And he's got lots of stories to tell. I'll tell you that. But he does not shoot videos. Like if I did that, it'd be cool to shoot a video and then piece it all together. Yeah, it's like Vancouver. I don't mind visiting Vancouver, but I could never live in Vancouver. It's just too big of a city. There's a sunset for you folks right there. There's a sunset. You're getting the sunset tonight. The live stream sunset from Tofino. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to take another picture of that sunset. Look at that. That's a sunset in paradise right there. Yeah. I think Toronto, I'd like to see the CN Tower. If I went there, I'd like to go to the top of that CN Tower. That'd be a cool place to shoot a YouTube video from. Don't you think? I think it'd be just awesome. What do you think of that sunset? Isn't that great? It's so beautiful.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah, I can see it on the live stream right here. Yeah. Is the sun setting perfectly just in between those? Isn't it nice?
Yeah,
I got it facing between those trees. There you go. There's a sunset for you.
Beautiful.
That is nice. And there's other people sitting. There's a lot of people on the beach. Look at all the people on the beach out there.
Just like being in Maui when there's
it's really, really warm out here tonight.
So somebody should blow a conch shell.
Right? I think the Florida Keys I would like. And people that I've been in Maui, they said I'd love the Florida Keys. It's really, really cool and a laid back, funky, crazy place. I think that's where I'd like to go if I go to Florida. Florida Keys for sure.
Somebody blow a conch shell?
Us, it's 21 degrees Celsius here. So you can figure that out, 21 degrees Celsius here on the West Coast. Yeah, Keys, I like it. You know why I like the Keys? Because they're islands, and I like islands. Yeah. One of these days, I may go to the Florida Keys, but I got to stop going to Maui. The thing is, it's too far to go to Florida from where we live. That's why we go to the Hawaiian Islands, because it's really close to fly from Victoria or Vancouver. I've been to Mexico a couple of times, too.
There's a little sailboat out there now.
Is there a sailboat out there?
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to videotape some surfers. Yeah. I like this. To me, that's peaceful right there. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
That is awesome. I'm going to take a picture of that. I'm going to take a picture of that with a live stream. I think Florida's a nice place for some people, but me, it's too flat, and I like mountains. And I think the highest place in Florida is about 300 feet above sea level. But you know what? The good thing about Florida, they grow tons of different types of palm trees down there. There's so many palm trees, and you get down into the south, it is tropical. The Florida Keys grow everything. It'd be like being in Hawaii, but it's probably even more humid down there, I'm thinking, for sure. There, folks, you're getting it. You're getting it. That sun's going to hide behind that island out there soon. See those islands out there? It's going down. There's people out there taking their pictures. I got to grab my cell phone, my work cell phone. Here we go. Excuse me, folks.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey. Hey.
Am I in your way?
Yeah, a little. So Joe blocks the sun out. That is just beautiful.
There you go. That's pretty awesome, eh? What do you think of that? I'm streaming from Tofino. You betcha, Mac Attack. Yeah, it's too expensive for me to live there. Yeah, see, you can get there quick in 28 hours. It's like me driving to California. I can get there in 21 hours to Los Angeles from when we get over off of our island. Yeah. Mac Attack, camera on stream, mate, dude. Yeah, I know you'd have to be here to see that sunset. Look at that. Isn't that great? That is just absolutely awesome. Let's get another shot of that, baby. I'm putting it on Instagram. So this is my work cell phone. I brought it with me just so I can get some Instagram pics. I don't own a cell phone. I've never owned a cell phone. Let's get another picture of that for you guys. And
so you're working?
What? I'm not working. I just brought it with me so I can get onto Instagram. Go to South Texas in 8 hours. That's where my son lived, in South Texas. He lived in Weslaco. There it goes, folks. Sun is disappearing. It's amazing. The sun setting just in between. Isn't that cool? It's the way I got the computer. Hang on. Yeah, it is going between the trees. Maybe it's not the way I have the computer. It's just the way the sun's setting. Yeah. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? There it goes, folks. Yes. You captured a sunset with me. Isn't that nice? I'm liking it. I can to Florida in 17 hours. That's quick, Florida.
And there she goes.
Yeah, that's fast if you can do it all in the same day. It's farther for us to go to Tofino, probably. The sun is still there. It's going, though. There it goes. It's done. Okay, folks, you just captured and witnessed a Tofino sunset here in the Pacific coast of Canada. So for those of you who've never been to the Pacific coast of Canada and you're out this way, make a trip out here to Tofino. It's gone. You'll love it. The whole Pacific. Last Monday, Wendy and I were in Port Renfrew. We were on the Pacific coast again for just a day trip we did, yeah. And it's gone. There you go. There's the sunset for you, folks. So I appreciate you joining in this live stream today. It's pretty awesome. I may do one tomorrow. And I'm going to we're going to go into Tofino tomorrow, into the town. It's a small town, and I'm going to head to my friend's garden.
You feel it get cooler since.
Yeah, and then I'm going to shoot lots of videos of palms and cordyline trees, like I say, everywhere. Yeah, it's 255 kilometers from our place to Tofino. That's what it is, 255 kilometers. So you can figure that out in miles. I don't know what it is in miles, but it's a lot of miles. 100 kilometers is 60 miles. 200 kilometers is 120. It's up there. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you guys go, and I appreciate you guys joining in the live stream. I really wanted you guys to see a sunset with me, and tomorrow we'll catch another one because the forecast in Tofino is more sun. And Scotty, hey, we will see you soon back on Salt Spring. You betcha, buddy. See you soon, Scotty. Take care. Enjoy the sun. I hope you got some sunshine over there in sunny Tsawwassen. And see you, Mac Attack. And see you, Palms. And see you, Clyde. And see you, Zach. and see you, H. Huss, and see you, John. And I'm just saying goodbye to everybody in there. Aloha. Have a great night, everybody. It is 6:47 p.m. Pacific time. So now you know what time of sunset is here on the west coast of British Columbia. All right. So it would be exactly the same time on Salt Spring Island. Later, Gator James. See you later. Have fun and enjoy the sun. You guys are 3 hours ahead of us, so it's 9:47 there, Eastern time in Ontario. All right. Take care. Enjoy. Oh yeah, I like the emojis. We got the hang loose, and we have a palm tree. And there's White with Dreamy Eyes. Dave, you just missed a sunset. Dave, you just missed an awesome sunset here in Tofino. It was like the best sunset. It went right between those two trees, right there. Those two trees, right there. There. Let me go over that way. Right there. There. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to back on out of here because I got to heat up some pasta. I made some really good pasta last night. And, well, Dave, join in tomorrow and I will catch another sunset here. I'm sitting out on the patio right now of our condo in Tofino. And it's really, really great out here. There's a lot of people out here catching a sunset, but they caught the sunset. And you guys caught the sunset too. And that makes me happy that you guys can see what I'm seeing. All right. Anyway, take care. Stay safe out there. And if you're around tomorrow, join in the live stream from Tofino here in the Pacific Rim. Cheers and aloha. Stay safe, everybody. And hang loose. Bye now.